I've always been fascinated with Alex Yunevich and just his longevity as a coach. He was written up in the Sports Illustrated magazine back in 1974, and he came out of Indiana. He played for Bicknell, the Bicknell High School Bulldogs, and then he was recruited by Newt Rockne to play at Notre Dame. However, there was a couple of coaches from Purdue picked him up one day on the side of the road, and after he got out of the car, he was enrolled to play at Purdue. And at Purdue, he scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter in their 1929 game against Michigan, and that was probably the key game in their undefeated season, their first Western Conference championship. So Alex Yunevich fascinates me because nothing's really been anything extensive has been written about him. So I've been doing research and trying to write a book about him. We nominated him for induction in the College Football Hall of Fame. He's been on the ballot probably for, I don't know, 15 years. But I'll tell you, he was in an era before the D3 playoffs. He coached from 1937 to 1976. So he didn't really get into a whole lot of notoriety nationally, except the Sports Illustrated article, and also Haywood Hale Bruin came and interviewed him, and he appeared on CBS Evening News in a clip, and that was pretty interesting and kind of big for a little town like Alfred and little university to have their coach highlighted on the CBS Evening News on Saturday night. But yeah, I'm working on a book, and I'm going to call it Uni, because that was what they called him. I remember one game, actually it was Alex's last season, when we went up to Ithaca, and I was there at the game, and we recovered a fumble early in the game and couldn't move the ball, but managed a field goal, and so we were up 3-0. And Ithaca, our defense, you see, Alex Yunevich was a defensive genius, and he just had a way about him, and so it was a defensive struggle. Well, in the last quarter, probably with about 3 or 4 minutes to go, Ithaca managed to get a field goal, so it was a 3-3 tie. And Lois Butterfield wrote a book about her husband, Jim Butterfield, the coach at Ithaca. Wasn't That Fun was the title of the book. And in it, she wrote about that game as being the most boring football game that she had ever seen, because it ended up 3-3. Well, the week after that, Alfred went up to St. Lawrence, and there was a torrential rainstorm, or I wasn't at that game, but I listened on the radio. And like the week before, Alfred managed a field goal early in the game and was ahead 3-0. St. Lawrence had the ball in the Alfred end of the field for probably all of the fourth quarter, missed 2 or 3 field goal attempts, managed to get a safety. I think we probably took it on purpose to get more room to punt out of the end zone. But Alfred ended up beating St. Lawrence that year 3-2. This was a week after it was 3-3 with Ithaca. That was St. Lawrence's only loss that season. They actually went on to the NCAA playoffs, and that was 1976. Although we ended up winning the conference, the Independent College Athletic Conference that at one time upstate New York had.